If you can get it, go get it. Good for you. Way to go. And then for me in 1985, I'm making $1 million. Then all of a sudden I get hurt. And because of an agreement with the National Football League that said, if you're hurt in a certain year, you get your salary. But if you can't play in a subsequent year, you get one half your salary, or up to $65,000. So in 1986, I took a $935,000 pay cut. My life changed completely. My perspective of life changed. I'd sort of become self-absorbed as an individual. I really didn't understand the world of business. But I came out of the world of football. I came out of a world of competition and athletics. And I had great mentors. George Allen was the first coach who brought me here to Washington. Traded a #1 pick to the Miami Dolphins for my rights. Jack Pardee coached here for 3 years, from 78 to 80. Jack gave me a chance to start as a quarterback. And then Coach Gibbs came in 81 and put together an offense that allowed me to do the things that I needed to do to help us become successful. So I had great mentors and teachers of the game for me. And so I went back to the world of sports. Says, what can I take from the world of sports and apply to my life now that it's over in the world of business, and also become a better person? That's what I'd like to share a little bit with you today. First thing I thought about was goals. Coaches stand at podiums just like this. They write down offensive goals, defensive goals, special team goals. Every one of them is written down on an overhead. In all the businesses, and what we just looked at slides of what you want to accomplish. Everything is written down. It's all written down. And then I was flying one day, interestingly enough. And I read an article that said 98% of the people in this world today refuse to take a pen in hand and write down a goal. Well, in sports, we write them down. You walk in any locker room, you'll see them. In business, everybody has a business meeting. And yet in our own lives, we don't take the time to write down what we want. I ask you to do this over the next 2 weeks of your life, not 1 but 2. Take a pen in hand, not a pencil. What do you want? What do you want? Personally, professionally, spiritually, and financially. What are you looking for in life? Write them down. You'll be amazed how your life starts to go in that direction, because now you've given it direction. You're no longer a rudderless ship just letting the currents of life take you from one place to the next. Take the time to write something down. What do you want? And then what price are we willing to pay to be special? I look around this room. As small as an audience as we have, every one of you is special. Everyone out there is special. I don't see average anywhere. I see unique, special people who are willing to commit themselves to a cause because they believe in it, because they want to give themselves a purpose in life. And I thank you for that. And so I think of, what price do you want to pay to be special? Ronnie Lott, the great safety of the San Francisco 49ers. End of the 85 season, Ronnie was an 8-time Pro Bowler, 3-time world champion. End of the 85 season, he breaks a little finger on his hand. Doctor says, Ronnie, we operate on that. You're going to miss a shot at the playoffs, probably another Super Bowl. So what's my option? So we can amputate the upper part of your finger and you can continue to play. What do you want to do? Without hesitation, he says, cut it off. Yeah, sure. You hear that story, right? So I saw him someplace, I saw him at a golf tournament. I said, Ronnie, let me see your left hand. Yep, 9 2/3 fingers. Top of the pinky gone. My first favorite word is opportunity. My second is why. I think we all need to know why. So I asked him, I said, why? Why'd you do this? Why'd you cut your finger off? He said, Joe, they wanted me to miss a day of work. He gave up a piece of himself, not figuratively, but literally, to do the thing that he loved, to play the game. You have to be passionate about the things you love. And I know all of you are, or else you would have chosen the profession that you're in. But passion is such a big part of it. What price are we willing to pay to be special? I think in 1981, here in the city of Washington, Joe Gibbs takes over as our football head coach. Jack had been fired, and Joe took over in 81. We were 0-5. I was his quarterback. But I wasn't his. I was someone else's. We've all gone through transitions where you move into a different organization, and you're not that person. You're not theirs. They didn't choose you. And you have to prove yourself. So we're 0-5. They're not going to fire Joe. Joe's going to bench me. We lose to the San Francisco 49ers. I drive to Joe's house after the game. And Coach Gibbs used to sleep at the ballpark 3 nights a week, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. He slept there. Sunday rolls around, he's exhausted. So here comes good old Joe walking up to the house He opens the door and he goes, "Oh." I said, "Coach, we need to talk." You ever sit in a meeting and you get the sense that the meeting is going on, but the individual there giving the meeting isn't really talking to you, but they're talking sort of to a group? Well, when you've got 3 quarterbacks, it's a very limited group. And I happen to be the starter, and I felt like we didn't communicate very well. Communication is so vitally important. So I sat down with Coach and I said, "Coach, we're just not communicating." He says, "Joe, you have restaurants, you have TV shows, you have radio shows. We used to have a newspaper. The football team had a newspaper. I own that. I own the newspaper for the football team. I had all these things going on." He said, "I need somebody who's committed to be 100% my quarterback." I says, "I'll tell you what I'll do. I'll get rid of everything if you want. But give me a chance before I have to do that." And from the 6th game of 1981, we went 8-3, 16-3, won a world championship, and then went on, and I was 11-5, and then I got hurt at 4-5. So the success happened when somebody made a little bit of a change. But what price was I willing to pay? I went to the man's house because being quarterback in this city was important to me. I wanted to be the quarterback of this football team. And I played with a great bunch of people. I mean, we all know, Shane, you know that, Shane. If you don't have a great staff, you can't do everything yourself. It's like, think of championships. Tom Brady has 7 world championships. Troy Aikman has 4. Terry Bradshaw has 4. Aikman's got 3. Montana has 4. Nobody ever refers to the team. They always refer to the quarterback. It's like in this town. Washington won 3 world championships, but one's Doug Williams, one's Mark Rippon, one's Joe Theismann. They're ours. It's funny how you associate them that way. So it goes with that. It goes with that role of leadership. And I wanted to be that one here. So the first thing I did is I wrote down some goals. What are the things that I wanted? Then I had to work on my attitude. Because like I said, I needed an attitude adjustment. Attitudes precede everything we do in our lives. Like I said, I got a little bit full of myself, and I've had different situations where people have humbled me. I was speaking about 8-9 years ago. 3,000 people in the audience, black tie affair. I'm seated at the dais feeling mighty darned important. They bring out my entree, baked potato, 6 rolls. They give me 1 pat of butter. I'm decent at management, not that good. Take the butter, throw it on the potato, turn the kid behind me and say, "Excuse me, sound like another pat of butter." He says, "No." I said, "Whoa, time out. I am Joe Theismann. See, all these people have come to me speak. I want another pat of butter." He said, "Sir, I know who you are. You're a great football player." I said, "Thank you very much." He said, "You were MVP of the National Football League." I said, "Thank you very much." He said, "You won a Super Bowl." I said, "Thank you very much." He said, "Sir, do you know who I am?" I said, "No, I don't." He said, "I'm the kid in charge of the butter. You get 1 pat of butter." So we find different ways in our lives to get humbled. You never know exactly how you're going to get humbled in your life, but it happens from time to time. And like I say, attitudes precede everything we do in our life. When's the last time you congratulated yourself? When's the last time you congratulated yourself? Think of it. You got up this morning. You walked in the bathroom. You threw the light switch on. You looked in the mirror. What were the first words out of your mouth? "Oh, God." You didn't walk in that bathroom, throw the light switch on, and go, "Woo! Ha, that's different." It's okay to like who you are. In my book, I quote my mom. I call them momisms. I think we all think of things that our parents have shared with us over time. We didn't pay any attention to them. And then all of a sudden we get a little bit older, and those things that mom and dad told us and advised us, all of a sudden now they start resonating. And my mother used to tell me this, "Joey, you can never be happy with anyone until you're happy with who you are as a person." So like yourself. Don't let somebody tell you that you have to do something. You have to look like this. You have to be like that. You have to act like that. Be you. If they don't like you for you, that's their problem, not yours. So be you. So that's the first thing. Congratulate yourself. I think if you're going to do something in life, you have to have enthusiasm. You have to have a passion for it. Playing at old RFK Stadium was something special. She's an old girl now. She's rusty. She's falling apart. I was down there as part of the filming of the Football Life. Lawrence Taylor actually came into town, and we walked around down there. And it was almost majestic to walk into that stadium, to walk down that tunnel, and to walk out on that field and look around. And it's funny in life when you go someplace, you can hear the sounds. You can smell the smells. It comes back to you. Our senses are so acute that way. I mean, I just stood, it was unbelievable to be able to go back down there. But I could see the seats were from me to you, Joel. I mean, that's the end zone. There's the fans. We're right there. I used to talk to Drew about this all the time. Cowboys hated coming to our place. Everybody hated coming to our place because of people like you, our fans. They made it so special. But, I mean, and so the energy was, the enthusiasm was so wonderful. And then when I got hurt, I got introspective. I needed to do something in my life. I took a look at my life, and because people accuse me of being cocky and egotistical. But I believe this, that if you don't believe in who you are, who's going to believe in you? But maybe I took it to a limit, a level I shouldn't have. But I wanted to know why. Why did I believe in my abilities? So I broke it down into different areas. First was anticipation. I used to get up under a center. I could look out, see a safety shaded to the right a little bit. I could anticipate the role of the defense. Drop back, plant my foot, fire the ball out to the left, one-on-one coverage, anticipating the role of the defense. As we look forward, it's a little bit more difficult to anticipate what's going on, especially in our city here. But you can anticipate to a degree. Certainly you can, as civil servants, anticipate that you're going to continue to do what you do. So anticipation. Education. Every day we want to grow. We've been informed today. My favorite saying, the day you stop learning is the day you stop living. You need to know more today than you knew yesterday. You need to know more tomorrow than you know today. I look at life as a ladder without a top rung. Each day you go one rung at a time. Each day you keep getting more and more knowledge, more and more knowledge. I've been around the biggest people in the world. You want to see something funny? Take a look at a picture of Joe Theismann and Andre the Giant. You can Google it. Andre was 7'4". He holds me in his arm like a baby. I've been around the richest people in the world. I've been the heads of state, our presidents, different individuals. I've been around the most powerful people in the world. Those people that impress me, though, really, those of knowledge. Those of knowledge. Those people who understand and know. You just sit there and you just get sucked into who they are. The knowledge, the education, the expertise that they share. It's an incredible experience. So anticipate, educate, work hard. Tom Watson, the founder of IBM, once said this: you work the first 8 hours of the day for survival. Everything after that's an investment in your future. You anticipate, you educate, you work hard. Gives you a chance to step outside that silo that we've created. We all create silos for ourselves. We all operate in that little box. I'm going to ask you to do something for me now. I'm going to show you how you can step outside that mental box. Everybody fold your arms for me. Please, even as you're watching streaming, just fold your arms for me. Now, please fold them the other way. That's close, Shane. It's pretty close. It's pretty good. But it's amazing. See, I ask you to fight in the back of the room. You're still working on it. I mean, consider this a home study course. Some of you are already there doing it. Fact of the matter is, I ask you to fold your arms. You do it comfortably and naturally. I ask you to fold it the other way. Is it wrong? No, you know what it is? It's different. I've asked you to do something different. Your mind has to do something different now. So don't be afraid to step outside the box. I took a chance. 1985. We played the Chicago Bears in Soldiers Field. Unbelievable football team. Incredible football. I can close my eyes today and I can see Mike Singletary and Otis Wilson and Wilbur Marshall and Richard Dent and Steve McMichael and Dan Hampton and Fridge Perry. I can see all 7 of them like they're right here. You know why? Because all day this is where they were. They were in my grill the entire day. Unbelievable football team. But hey, we have a 10-point lead on the Chicago Bears. We kicked the ball away from Willie Gault 3 times, fastest man in football. Now we're going to kick the ball to Willie. Standing on the sideline, ball goes through the air. Willie catches it and starts to run. I'm going, whoa, look at Willie run. Whoa, look at Willie really run. Oh, Willie's in our end zone, touchdown. Scores 10-7. But the guy that kicks off for us is also our punter. He tears a thigh muscle. We don't have a punter. Coach Gibbs is walking around going, what am I going to do? I thought, what a great opportunity in life. How hard can it be to punt? You drop the ball, you raise your foot, boom, piece of cake. So I walked up to Coach Gibbs. I said, Coach, you looking for a punter? He says, yeah, I don't know what to do. I said, I can punt. He said, you can what? I said, I can punt. How hard can it be? I'll drop the ball, raise my foot. Pow! Hope they can run that far. He says, fine, next time we punt, you punt. I go running on the field. I'm no longer Joe Theismann quarterback. I'm Joe Theismann punter. We get the ball on the 13-yard line and run a running play, gave 2 yards, second down and 8 from the 15. I look to the sidelines and coach is signaling in a pass. He's going, he wants me to throw. I'm thinking, great. Chances are I'm not going to complete this because I have a personal relationship with the punter. So I take the snap from center, drop back, pick out a kid in the third row, woo, into the stands. Darn shucks, incomplete. 3rd and 8 wants me to throw again. Well, I can't throw this one in the stands, so I bounce this one in the ground because I still have that relationship with the punter. All of a sudden, it's 4th down. Ball's at a 15-yard line. Offense runs off the field. Kicking team runs on. My teammates are going, Joe, kick it right, kick it right. I'm going, just get it back here. No problem whatsoever. I'm standing on the goal line at Soldiers Field. Ball's on a 15-yard line. I'm going like this. Mom, look at me. I'm a punter in the National Football League. How great is this? All of a sudden, I call for the snap. Ball hits my hand. Have you ever had your world go into slow motion? The instant that ball touched my hand, the roar of the crowd, whoa, and I'm thinking, kick the ball right. Drop the ball, raise my foot. Pow! Ball goes spiraling through the air, hung in the air, 16 yards. I'm back 15. That's right. You're being addressed this morning by a record holder in the National Football League. I hold a record for the shortest net punt in the history of the National Football League. You ever watch guys run down the field and cover kicks? My guys are looking for the ball. They got no clue where this thing went. I saw it go over the Bear bench, so I give it the old cursory jog. I start walking back. 6 Chicago Bears come up to me. Way to go, Joe Babes. Can't wait for you to kick it again. Go get him, pal. Now, people come up to me, you know what, Theismann, you were a failure as a punter. Ha! I've never had a failure in my life. Just an educational experience that did not go my way. I'm a cup half full guy. I'll quote another momism to you. My mom used to tell me this all the time. Joey, you go look for the good in people, you're probably going to find it. Conversely, son, you go look for the bad in people, probably going to find that too. I just soon go look for the good in people. Goals and attitudes are something we have to have. Now, your members are really, I guess you call them customers to a degree. I guess that's be the best way to describe it. And there's this people-people relationship situation. In business, hard business, they call it customer service. But really what it is, it's just people-people relationships. I tell individuals all the time. I tell organizations all the time. If I walked into any locker room, National Football League, Major League Baseball, WNBA, doesn't matter. I could tell you in a half an hour whether that team has a chance to be successful or not, just by the interaction of the individuals. I can do the same thing in an office. How does it feel? What's the vibe in there? There's something real about that. It's little things like that. I remember when I got in the restaurant business I had a place in Falls Church for the first one I had. Now I just have one in Alexandria, Virginia. So if any of you want to stop down, it's got a simple name to it. It's called Joe Theismann's. Love to have you stop in. But when I first got in the business, a buddy of mine gave me a little plaque, and he said, you know, Joe, when you think about business in this regard, really think about this little saying. And as time has gone on, it's much more than just a business saying. I think it applies to our lives and our relationships with one another. And it goes like this. People don't care how much you know until they know how much you care. People don't care how much you know until they know how much you care. I know how much all of you care because you give yourself unselfishly to help other people, to do things as civil servants, which is absolutely unbelievable. I mean, it's just, I'm so honored and proud to be here with you today in a present capacity and also, like I say, streaming online. But it's those little things that matter so much, those relationships that we have, that we're able to develop and grow with. And then we always are a part of a team. Whether you're a part of a family, whether you're a part of an athletic team, whether you're part of a business team, you're always a part of a team. Love that little acronym, TEAM. Together, everyone achieves more. Individuals committed to a common goal. That's what teams are. I think of Coach Gibbs. I asked him one day, I said, what do you look for in a championship player, Coach? After all, he's had 3 world championships. He was getting ready for his 3rd, as a matter of fact. So what do you look for in a championship player? Please note, I didn't ask him what he looked for in a player. I'm not interested in average. Average does not appeal to me. Why just be average? Why not be exceptional? Why not be unique? Why not be above the fray? So I said, what do you look for? He said, I look for 3 things. Character, intelligence, and ability. I said, come on, Joe, everybody wants those 3 things. He says, no, that's the order in which I look for them. Character first. We're going to go through some tough times. We're going to go through some tough times. And it's important that I have the right kind of charactered individuals. Intelligence. You see the wristbands the quarterbacks wear? There's about 500 plays on there. They change them, 100 of them on a weekly basis. You can't be stupid and play the game. Oh, and then, by the way, the ability they have. How fast are they? How strong are they? The physical abilities are 3rd. Character is 1st. Intelligence is 2nd. Their physical abilities are 3rd. That's what he looked for. And then there was another coach by the name of Al Saunders, head coach of the San Diego Chargers, 5-time offensive coordinator, National Football League. I asked Al one day, what do you look for in a championship player? He said, I want to know if they're members of the Able family. I said, Able family? Yeah. Are they available? Are they reliable? And are they accountable? Are they available? Do they show up? One of my biggest pet peeves is this. Anybody who is late for a meeting is basically saying to everyone else, I don't need to be there. I'm better than you are. I used to get so upset. Matter of fact, it's probably because of my life in football. If I wasn't in my chair in a meeting room 10 minutes before the meeting time, I was late. It's just the way and you know what? It cost me money if I was late. So, I mean, being on time, it's not that hard. You know, the excuse is like, you know, I live out in Leesburg, Virginia. You know, I could have come down and oh, geez, you know, I'm sorry I'm 15 minutes late. I got stuck in traffic. No. You know how you get, you know the reality is? Go to an airport. I'd rather be an hour and a half early than 1.5 minutes late. The worst feeling you have, and all of us is fun. You get, you're running, you're headed for the gate, and all of a sudden you see that door start to close. And then now you got to pull into that Olympic style of yours and get that straight out there. But be available, be reliable. I ask you to do a job, do a job. If you can't do it, it's on me, but at least try. And be accountable. Be accountable. If something goes wrong, it's not somebody else's fault. Fix it. Take the responsibility. Say, I'll take care of it. I'll get it done.